This video is going to be the kind of video that you just kind of put on and you do something else, because I'm just going to rant and yap about whatever the heck I want because I'm editing the Busters 2 playthrough and I really haven't had time to do anything else. So, Sal on his spreadsheet has this, which just has all the events. He gives pros of it, cons of it, but a lot of the recent ones just haven't had cons, which I don't know if it's because he just doesn't care about doing these anymore, which, fair. And, or just, there just isn't anything to say. But what I wanted to do is just yap about anything like event structures, how we can sometimes tell which events are going to be coming, and some random stuff like that. So let's start off with being able to tell what sort of events are what. So let's start here. This is the actually we'll start here because this is like basically when I started doing YouTube again. So we have this. This was a Budokai. This is the last Budokai we have ever had. We literally have not had one since, and I don't think we are going to get one. So it was a grindable event. Then went into a golf event for Punigami semi-finale. Then the Punigami finale was a Gate of Whimsy, and then we had the Konosuba 3 Ohajiki collab. Then we had a Sudokai Ginja 1. Then I think it was an Ohajiki for Wedding Wars one-off event, then a Gate of Whimsy, and then a Nyantos, which is the first time it came back like forever. Then we had a Sudokai, then an Ohajiki, Gate of Whimsy, Golf. Then we had a Sudokai. Uh, I think it was a Golf. Yeah, it was a Golf. But then we break the pattern. Now we have another Sudokai, and was this an Ohajiki? I don't remember. Then we had a Nyantos. So here we had two back-to-back energy events, which is pretty uncommon, as you could tell. Usually it's like, so basically what it goes is it's grindable, usually a Sudokai, then ungrindable, some sort of energy, like any sort of energy event, just not a Gate of Whimsy. Then it's like a 50-50 on if it's another Sudokai or another gate. It doesn't look like it here, but this happens more in like our years, like 2025. But then we have another energy event after that, and then another, usually Sudokai. If it wasn't a Sudokai, like before, now it is a Sudokai. If it was a Sudokai, then it's a gate. Stuff like that. The most we'll go, usually, knock on wood, is 3 events without a grindable. I mean, I know there's some psychos that will say, oh, gates are actually better for grinding than Sudokai is. No, it is not. Maybe if you get everybody in like 7 singles, maybe, but you have to spend Y points to get every single bonus in the event just to slightly be below what a Sudokai does for free. It's stupid and it ticks me off so much. And you also need like a gajillion alts. You need a super level computer. There's so much bullcrap you have to jump through. I don't even care to like try. It's so stupid. And they tick me off so much. Like, oh, it's so much better for grinding. No, you liar. Anyways, so now we have 2 back-to-back energy events. Then we have a Sudokai with Snow Park. Then we have the ReZero collab. And then we have the New Year's special. So here, like, you can literally see 2 energy events back-to-back. Pretty uncommonly, but this was because it was New Year's, and they brought in the new UZ Plus rank. So then we have a Sudokai, Ohajiki, Gate, Golf, Ohajiki, I think. Then a Sudokai, Energy, Gate, Energy, Sudokai, Energy, Gate, no, Sudokai, Energy, Gate. And now we are currently in an energy event, which means next event is almost assuredly going to be a Sudokai. So that's how we can tell. Basically, whenever you're in a Sudokai, it's very likely that it's going to be an energy event next. It's a guaranteed it's going to be an energy event next. Then after that, it's up to chance whether it's a Sudokai or an energy again or a gate. Usually it's going to be an energy or a gate, but apparently very rarely. Usually if it's like something special like anniversary, New Year's, Christmas, something like that, it can be like the same sort of type event twice, but usually it'd be like if it was an Ohajiki, it'd be a golf or a Nyantos or something. However, if it's you know, like another Sudokai, then you know, okay, now it's going to be a energy into gate into energy. So, gotta get your Y point stock up every single time a Sudokai comes, which is very easy to do. Like, there's so many people that are just like, oh, I like just auto, bro. If you can't auto, then you have right to complain. But if you can auto and just like choose not to, that's your fault. Okay. So now I want to talk about the event types themselves. You know, because I want to talk about whether the events are good or not. So first up, we have the New Year's special event. This brought us UZ plus Omen Enma, who was the first UZ plus and introduced the center trait ability. He came with what's his face? Plus KJ, plus Komasan, and mid event plus Jibanyan. And then also brought Triple Z, Shadow only, and then these two suck. We're not going to talk about them. So first up, let's start off with UZ plus Omen Enma, or Auspicious Enma, whatever you want to call them. He is a Soultimate filler with Drop Big and Fever Fill or the Golf bonus. Just have the Golf bonus. Drop Big is good enough. His Cinder trait buffs the team's damage by 13% as long as he's in the center slot. Kind of mediocre, in all honesty. Like, looking at it now, like, why is he not better? He's literally the last Enma character we have gotten this entire year. He is the last one. There has not been another one since. It's so dumb. And he's just kind of like, whatever. Like, he's good, obviously, but he's not like, Enma still sucks. I think Enma like hardly changed when he came out. So really, yeah, not that crazy. But then we have plus Jibanyan, plus KJ, and plus Komasan. And plus Komasan sucks. He's very, very mid. He came out literally right after Rem did. And obviously, he's not even comparable to Rem. So, yeah. Hang on, stamps are here. I gotta do something. So yeah, plus KJ sucks. He's a fever extender for Brave. Has 70 any large Puni can fill his soul and Soultimate gauge, and he's got redrop. You want to know who the option was? Itsuki. And if you didn't want to run Itsuki, you had Summer Blazion. Both of them are better than plus KJ was. So yeah, plus Komasan just kind of sucks. He's a rearranger with the linking skill that Rimuru has, and then Fast Fever. Tough has like a gajillion Fast Fevers. This guy he sucks as one. So, but then we have plus Jibanyan, who's actually pretty decent. He's an Inflate 4 with Pre-Fill and Pop Heal, making him actually really good for Seal stages like Drain stages. So overall, he's pretty good. And then minus Gargaros is actually pretty good because he is a Unity character, but he's like the third one for Triple Z, so it's like just a slight upgrade. But hey, Unity's Unity, so pretty cool. Overall, a pretty bad event, honestly, because the damage sucked, and every time you get a new rank, there's basically like one character you have to get like the new rank for like a few events, and plus KJ was one of them. So if you didn't get plus KJ, there was literally no possible way you could have gotten Auspicious Enma. So yeah, that sucks. Anyways, next up we have the UZ plus Mera event. This is a Sudokai. And honestly, it was pretty good. It had Mera, UZ plus Mera, who's insanely good, a 100 combo popper with Drop Big, and any large Puni can fill her own Soultimate gauge. And then buffs the women of the team, which is pretty nice for when she came out. She could do like 400,000 damage every Soultimate, which like some people are like, oh, Megumin's not even needed anymore. That's a bold-faced lie. Basically, they just hate Megumin and they want to see her gone because she's so strong. But Megumin does like 2.5 Meras in one Soultimate. So, yeah. And then we had Miyabi. Miyabi's very strong. She's a Fever Extender with Link Big and Shady Unity, being the second UZ plus Shady Unity. And they really needed a new Fever Extender, so she's very, very powerful. And then other than that, you had this one and this one. These two suck. So, not worth it. And it was a Sudokai, and I know you needed to have Miyabi to get UZ plus Mera, but you wanted her anyway, so it was good. And she had two in one skills. It was pretty cool. But the bad thing is, there were 2 limit breaks that were exclusive to the first couple of days. So you had to get Miyabi on her day 1 rate up to get 2 extra LBs for Mera. It was stupid, and I'm glad they never did it again. But overall, I think it was a good event. So, they also buffed the attack buff skill in this event, so that's cool. But yeah, other than needing a Miyabi like day one to get the 2 extra LBs, it's fine. Then we have the Quints 2 event. A lot of people like hate the quintessential quintuplets event because you had to pick one of 5 UZ pluses. I was expecting them to do this because they did this the first time, so I wasn't surprised when it happened. But what I was surprised by was that the other 5 quints were reran as UZs, which was pretty cool. I didn't get UZ Ichika. It was the one I wanted, but hey, it's whatever. I think I got the other 4. So I don't think I got Mika actually, or Miku. But overall, like the fact that these ones were reran as UZs, I think that was pretty cool. So if we ever get a Coins 3, then the UZ pluses will come back. Yeah, right. So they also like the kits are the same as the UZ versions. It's just their poses are slightly different, and they get more stats, and they have a center trait which only buffs themselves. So yeah, but overall, Miku. I hate that there's like a character named Mika, and then there's this Miku. It's stupid. Okay, so she's an EX popper with Link Big and Afterfill, so she's pretty solid. It's just Shady has Jane, and Jane wants like Punigami with his bonus balls or Pekka with their start big in order to get her ultimate. But if you don't use either of them, she's the best EX popper, so that's pretty cool. And then Yotsuba, ignore the fact that Elzevecchia came out literally next event and power crept her immediately. Yotsuba was pretty good. She was a slight buff to Heartful, gave them a revive, was pretty strong, and is still technically usable for free to play Heartful. I would recommend just running like a Unity character instead, but she's still decent. So pretty cool. Itsuki was kind of just like mid. Ichika is just a fast fever. That's all she's got going for her. And then Nino sucks. There was some people that like coped like, oh, she actually does more damage than Clone BD does. No. Well, I mean, maybe she just does like a little bit more damage, but she's so much more inconsistent to get the Soultimate for, and you lose so many stats, it's not worth it. Like I swear, there are some stupid people in this community. And then also Asu came out later the next event, so like that's your bummy option if you want to bring one. So yeah. Overall, decent event. You just had to get the fusion item, and then you just had to pick one of these up from the crank. I mean, there was 5 UZs in the crank, which kind of sucked, but whatever. There weren't any triple Zs to get, so it was fine. So that was cool. And they reran the old one, so overall, I think it was a pretty good one. So, like, good comparatively to, like, the previous one. The previous one was bad. Then we have Ginja Gate of Whimsy. We have Meteorite Asu, a Soultimate filler with Feverfill and Redrop. He sucks. He was kind of mid when he came out. He just buffed, quote unquote, Eerie by giving them more chain ability by taking away their stats. Eerie was still the worst team in the game at this point. So, yeah. But then it brought with us Mangetsu, who, while she isn't good enough for Shady, I use her on a full Ginga team, which is pretty fun. I like using them instead of Enma. And then we have Hangetsu. Hangetsu's really freaking good for tough. Is still on the team to this day because she's very spammable and heals, which is pretty nice. And then we have Bunny Mika, who's just kind of like a mediocre mediocre tap inflator. But any large Puni can fill her own Soultimate gauge, so if you really wanted to, you could use her for future Shogunyan strats. So that's cool, I guess. I mean, Akane is better because she hits harder, but like, if you want to use Mika, you can. Overall, I don't like this event because some real life things happened in this event, and I always think of it whenever I think of this event, so I don't like it. And plus, it like ignoring the fact that something to me happened in real life, Asu's mid, and I don't like his design. So overall, like the only good thing about this event is that it brought us Hangetsu, and it was like the most fun to clear a super gate like ever. So it was so fun to just like spam Hangetsu. It was hilarious. Anyways, overall bad. Next up we have Hololive, what you call it? Hololive Ohajiki. So this event brought with it Yuzi plus Peko. I'm ignoring the like Nyanbos or Yomas for each of these because it can be released like anytime outside of the event and no one cares. So Yuzi plus Peko is an extreme popper with fast fever and the Ohajiki skill or fever fill. So overall, like at first, she wasn't really that crazy when she came out because Dahlia was better. But now that they have Head of Steam and what's her face Zodiac, who both can really easily get their Soultimate, Peko is way more valuable to use, especially since there's not really too much room to bring what's she called? Summer Setsuna. If you don't have Head of Steam and you instead just bring like Elzameki and Zodiac Goddess, you can still get away with running Doll U and uh Summer Setsuna, but you can also bring Peko as well. So Peko's pretty good. She's actually gotten stronger as time went on, which is pretty cool. And she's a very powerful perma bonus for Ohajiki, which is pretty cool. And this event also brought with it Bunny Subaru, Easter Fubuki, and Easter Watame. So Watame sucks. She's a Soultimate filler with the linking skill and the HP based skill, and there was no room for her on Charming, so she was pretty bad. But she could hit hard. But we had Blazaria, who already hits hard all the time and is very spammable. So yeah, Watame just kind of sucked, but it's fine. Then we have Easter Fubuki. She is an Inflate 4 with pre-fill and redrop, and it can be used for some seal stages, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's neat. You also have Okayu for a Hololive character that's a Unity pre-fill Ultimate filler. So you could use them for no bonuses if we ever get another Hololive and they do nerfs again. So yeah. And then we have Bunny Subaru. Bunny Subaru is an all-popper that can crit with drop big and Unity. The only thing bad about her is her Soultimate type, which can fail sometimes. But other than that, she's really good. And I'm glad because Subaru is my favorite. So that's cool. Overall, they did nerfs for seal stages, but not for Throne. But because we had such strong Hololive characters, it wasn't too bad. But still, I needed Watame. And it took me forever to get her. So overall, pretty decent. Pretty mid. Mediocre event, but I like Hololive, so. A lot of people hate Hololive because like, oh, it's just VTubers. It has nothing to do with Yokai Watch. It's not my favorite series. I don't care. If the series is decent and has cool kits, I'm fine with anything coming to this game. Because it's cool. Anyways, next up we have the Akane event. She is a tap inflator with redrop, and popping any large Puni can fill her own Soultimate. She's like the killer of score attack, and also got buffed when Future Shogunyan came out, so she's really good. Good enough to where you can even like get away with using her on a mysterious team. I wouldn't recommend it, since this character came out literally next event, but you know, she's pretty good. Then for Throne, we had Okumo, who is a super fever with revive and fast fever. So she's pretty strong, in all honesty. When she came out, like, some people were like, oh, Jingi's just way better. But now Okumo's better, so. Well, I mean, you can use either of them, but Okumo just has, like, a higher ceiling. It's a little bit more painful to get her Ultimate, but, you know, she still can be pretty good. Kinoko Himeno sucks. She's literally just like an auto slave, but, like, bad. And then Mimi, who is also really good for Eerie. So, like, two of the Eerie characters you use nowadays, they came out this event, came out with a killer score attack character. Honestly, pretty good event. I liked it. So, very good. Ohajiki, not Ohajiki, Sudokai. Not as good as the Mara one, in my opinion, because these two were, like, super duper strong, and I don't really care for score attack, but for the second Sudokai of the year, it was pretty good. Then we have this event, Idol Royale 4, the end of the series for now. It was alright. It came with Yuzi plus Komaki, who was mid. She's like, you think of a fever extender that does the fever extend job, and that is it. That is her. However, we already had Yuzi Komaki, who looks basically the same as this, and she has Unity, so I would not recommend bringing both of them. You get 20k damage if you do. But it brought with it second form Mera and second form Akane, both of which are also Unity characters for Brave and Mysterious respectively. Mera is really close to being good, but she has afterfill instead of pre-fill. And so since she's an EX popper, it's a little difficult to get her Soultimate, especially since you want to do an EX popper first, but she's still really powerful. And then Akane is just like good overall. Large Puni can fill her own large Puni can fill other Soultimates, and then she's a Soultimate filler. So she's pretty good for Mysterious right now. And then it also brought this Bunny Eat, who is literally just Bunny Eat, but with like microphones and boomsticks. But she's mid. She's an all popper healer with pop heal and revive. So mid, like I can't even think of a use for her. Like this says like you could be certain in each scenarios. I literally can't even think of one. So because like Aqua's just that broken and she's the healer. So yeah. Now we have the Ginga semi-finale. I think it was. Yeah, it's the semi-finale. Except the finale didn't happen immediately after it, and I don't think it was labeled as such. But it was a Gate of Whimsy. So Moon Asu, a clan Asu, I call him sometimes. He is a fever extender with fast fever and Ginga Unity as a second skill, and his center trait is even more Ginga Unity. So overall, he can give himself 38% attack and 31. Is it 31? No, it's 33% HP, which is pretty powerful. So he is the reason that the full Ginga team is even runnable at all, because he gives them such high stats, it's insane. And he's also a fever extender and then brings fast fever. With him, he brought Kyogitsu, who I think is pretty dang good. It says like Kogitsu here, but I like saying Kyogitsu because it's just cooler. But it brought also I haven't talked about like the triple Z's for like any of these events, because like I mean like Matsuri's like not Matsuri. I mean she is kind of decent for like counter weak score attacks. She's decent because of Hololive Unity, but like I mean no, she's not the decent one. Other than that, we haven't had anything decent. I mean until now, because we got like this EX popping Hangetsu, but there's better EX poppers, but this one has revive, just like Rem does, so it's already used. Gyotsu is an Inflate 4 with drop big and pre-fill, so she's very spammable, and I like using her for the full Ginga team. And for free to play, she was pretty good until the next event, but we'll talk about that later. Then Mangetsu is literally just her shady form, but now tough, and has redrop instead of what her other skill was, so... Oh yeah, her other skill was using other Soultimates can fill her gauge, so she's slightly worse, and on a team that doesn't need her even more, so, yeah. And then Yoshitsune. He sucks. Fever Fill, Easy Link, all popper that can crit, literally as mid as it gets. He's one of the worst in the game. Overall, not that crazy because, like, outside of Mangetsu, who you can use, like, Rem strats with to, like, murder the boss gates, nothing really that crazy is here. I mean, Moon Asu, especially with Nyando Mika, is more viable now and is not just directly outclassed by Aqua, but honestly, I like Smogmella better than Mika. So, yeah, he's still kind of mid, but he lets the full Ginga team be usable, which, because I can't no bonus with Enma because I don't have the Year's Kyra still somehow, he's cool. He's decent enough. Clan Asu, pretty nice. Overall, a kind of mid event. Pretty mediocre. On the lower end here, yeah, pretty cool. Then we have the Niji Sanji event. This is a different corporation than Hololive, but it's more VTubers. But it has dudes, and one of them's really good. So I don't understand why people kind of hate on this event sometimes, except I actually do. So first up, we have Salome. Hyakuman Tenbura Salome. It's a pretty hard name to say. She's an EX popper with Link Big and Pre-Fill or the Ohajiki bonus skill and Mysterious Center Trait. I haven't talked about center traits for a while because none of them were really that good. Like, she buffs herself, she buffs female characters, which is like all of Mysterious, so that's good. So she buffs female characters, which doesn't get Swirliest Gold, who literally came out the event before, or Golden Claws, and theirs is just better, so. And you still would want to rank Shuka anyway, so yeah. And then Moon Asu is just Ginja characters. But now finally, we start getting them for actual, like, tribes, which is pretty cool. And she's very, very powerful as an extreme popper with Link Big, making her insanely spammable. Then with her, she brought Yashiro Kizuku, who's a 128 combo popper. It's literally just 100 combo pop, but needs 128 combos, which isn't that hard to get. And then he brings Unity and Redrop to Shady. So he's the third UZ Unity. hits really freaking hard, and gives them some pretty nice stats. If they didn't have this guy, they would probably be the worst team in the game. Second worst, Enma's worse, but yeah. So he's pretty powerful. I like him. Then Hoshikawa Sara is I think she's pretty good. No one talks about her because she kind of just like whatever, but she is an inflate 4 with link big, not link big, with easy link and drop big. So she's pretty spammable. Like if you didn't have if you were running like Yomaless Heartful and you didn't have Blazaria, she's usable, I guess, and can be used for seal stages, so that's cool. And then Sheena Yuika. She is a all popper that has a chance to crit, that has Fever Fill, and the HP based skill. Slippery was so trash. She was actually a viable option for a little bit, and you could get like some funny numbers with her, but overall she sucked. Because having this crit thing and this like tedious HP skill, it's such a pain. Overall, you would think it would be pretty good because it has like, a decent character, a really good character, and then a massive character. But they had Niji Sanji nerfs on the seal stages when the only Niji Sanji characters were these ones. So you basically had to get these two, and Salome to get Yuika, or at least this guy. He was also a throne bonus, and he was strong enough you could do some no bonuses. But yeah, overall, I mean, like, oh yeah, I also forgot. Double Unity and Fast Fever on Saku. Then this one sucks, and then this one he's a decent attack booster because of his attack boost skill. But other than that, they're kind of mid. So overall, it should be a good event, but because of those nerfs on the seal stages, it's kind of just mid. But then we have 100 Tails, probably one of my favorites of the new events. I just really like redesigns of old characters. Some people are like, "Oh, I hate it because it doesn't have a story." I don't care about the story if the characters look stupid, okay? Let's look at freaking what's his face? Which Asu is it? One of them, like this one. That he looks so stupid, but he's so good, so I like him. Then we go up here. Seiryu, he looks ridiculous, but he's got Unity, so he's cool. Clone BD looks freaking like whatever. He looks decent, but he was decent at the time, so he's cool. We look over here, we find this guy. He's so ugly, and he was so mediocre on release. I didn't like him. I like Jupiter Death better. Then when he did become usable, I didn't like using him, and then he got outclassed later. So, like, seriously, I don't care about the story if the characters look stupid. But I like these characters. I know, like, the past, like, 100 Tales have been summer, which is because we're in the summer, obviously. So, yeah. But anyways, I don't really care about the story that much. I don't care if it's like a not interconnected story. I like one-offs. This is just like a series of one-offs, and I'm fine with that. Some people are not, but then again, they get mad about anything. So then it brought with it Mamarina. She's weird. She's a Soultimate filler with her own large Puni, can fill other Soultimates and guard. She's very not good. She's kind of just like whatever, which is weird because like I don't think I've used her once. But with her, she brought Flower Nanda, who is a fever extender with fever fill and 100 Tails Unity. Hasn't been able to be used yet, but maybe one day. Then it brought we'll ignore him for a second. It brought Flower Hanasakamaru, who is a tap inflator with redrop and link big. He should be like the best score tag character in the game because he's got both redrop and link big, making it very easy to spam him. But it brought Future Shogunyan with him. This guy is insane. He is an inflate 5. What he does, he inflates the 5 largest Puni, even if they're like still growing, pops them, does damage all within like a single instance. Like no time passes. And he also has afterfill. Basically, him and Yuzi plus Akane is the best score attack team in the game. Very good. Was this event also the one that brought one of these events brought Use Double Z Dismeralda, who was the first Double Z score booster. So that's pretty neat. So yeah, overall, I liked it. I liked this event. It was pretty cool. And yeah. Now we have Konosuba 2. Konosuba 2 is one of my favorite events that is not a good event. So, the main reason I wanted a Konosuba 2 collab was so that way people could get the Konosuba 1 characters. Like, I know a lot of people were expecting the Konosuba 2 characters to be better than the Konosuba 1 characters. Those people are stupid. There is no conceivable way that they could be better than Aqua at most. Because Aqua is literally just like the perfect character. She's going to be the best character in the game for quite a while. Like, there isn't even a character that's like even close. Well, maybe they're like Rem, but no, the things Aqua can do, it's so ridiculous. So, but what it brought with us is Yuzi plus Megumin, who honestly is a pretty good buff for Brave. She's a Fever extender with Fever Fill in either Konosuba Unity or Easy Link. So she can either just be a Yuzi plus version of Shadowside Blazion, or can be a Konosuba Unity buff for 45% attack for using Megumin. Oh yeah, you should do that. Brave can have the most HP out of any team in the game, aside from like a full Unity max. Like the most HP of a like actually good team, it goes to Brave. So she's pretty powerful. I like her. Then we have Yuzi Wedding Aqua, who kind of sucks. She's a all popper that gets stronger with each use. Has afterfill and either the golf bonus skill or HP based skill. Kind of really mid, especially since she's the same tribe as original Aqua and looks basically the same. She literally has no reason to exist. Then a Wedding Union. She's an Inflate 4 with pre-fill and redrop. So good for score attack. Congrats, Union. Then we have Wedding Darkness, who is a Soultimate filler with other Soultimates can fill her own gauge and revive. So if you don't have Hangetsu, but you have everyone else for tough, except Yokaiju, ignore. If you don't have Yokaiju or Hangetsu, Darkness is pretty good. I like her. Overall, good event because it brought back the other ones with like Yuzi guaranteed. So you had a 50-50 chance on getting either Megumin or Aqua in 67.5k. So overall, a very, very, very good event because it brought the other ones back. The new characters themselves are kind of just whatever aside from Yuzi plus Megumin. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it also brought Iris. Iris is pretty good. I like her. Cosmo sucks. He's bad. Eris is decent because she's got Link Big and the attack boost skill and has a cool heal on her Soultimate. But Iris is insane. She's an Inflate 4 where using her own Soultimate has a 58% chance to heal 12% of the team's max HP, and she has Pop Heal. She's very, very powerful for like spamming Soultimates. Like you can literally just like beat a throne with her. The main problem is that like so many people are like, oh, she's so crazy. It's so easy to heal with her. You can just like fail the heal like 4 times in a row and then like you lose. So she's very RNG based, but she can look pretty insane. But overall, I still think she's pretty cool. So next up, we have the Ginga Finale event. This was a Sudokai. It brought with us a Yuzi plus Supernova Asu, who at the time was kind of just like whatever, but now he's pretty good for the free-to-play team. Hooray, congratulations. He's an Inflate 4 with Fever Fill and Redrop, and buffs Heartful characters with his center trait. Cool. Good enough, I guess. Then he brought a Sun Spirit, Moon Spirit, and Mika of the Sun. This guy is a attack booster with his own Puni, can fill other gauges, and Fast Fever, which is the same as this Smog Mela from the, what was it called? Snow Palace event. And those are the two best attack boosters for the future Shogunyan strat. So that's cool. And then we have Moon Spirit or something. He's a select popper with pre-fill and reduces poison and spirit duration. Just a poison duration slave. Then Mika of the Sun is an Inflate 4 with guard and damage fill. So usable as a 5th option if you don't want to bring Arle or Beach Natsuomi or Mika. This one came out the literal same event, so if you don't want to bring either of them, she's usable, and ignore Smogmella as well. And then for triple Ds, was there anything decent? No. I mean, this guy's like kind of mediocre, but like, who cares? Overall, good, cool, good thumbs up. Oh yeah, I brought a Heartful watch as well, so that's cool. Then we have the 12th anniversary of Yokai Watch event, which was pretty dang good. It brought 12 Super Gods Jibanyan, who is a Soultimate filler with pre-fill and tough unity, and even more unity on his center skill. Very good for tough, especially for free-to-play tough. If you have Yokaiju, he's not as crazy of a buff, as you can just use Yokaiju instead, and they can theoretically get more damage, like even easier. But like either way, tough is the best team in the game, unless you have like unless you're like saying Heartful with Head of Steam is better than tough without Yokaiju, which is stupid, and I think you should be shot for saying something so brain dead stupid. Yes, no duh, you take away one of the powerful things of this and keep the powerful thing of another thing, and that other thing is better. Wow, who would have seen that coming? But anyways, he's decent. I mean, not decent, he's like super duper good. Zodiac God is insane. She has the same fever power skill as Aqua does, which just makes Agatha look worse because she has a worse version. And she has a 100 combo popper with Easy Link. She is incredibly spammable for Heartful, and is 100% good if you just either don't want to bring Head of Steam or don't have him. So she's literally like the next best thing. And she's super duper powerful. It is insane the amount of things this character can do. So now we have Snake Venoct. He's pretty dang good. I like him. He is a Fever Fill Inflate 4 with the HP based skill. So he can hit very hard, and when he came out, like, Roxy didn't exist. So he's incredibly spammable. And he does a lot of damage. And then the QB is a Tap Inflator with Link Big, and his own Puni fills other gauges, which kind of sucks. But he's usable for score attack, I guess. Then for Triple Z's, none of them are really that crazy, except Myrmidon is actually like kind of decent. She is a Smoking Spirit character with Guard and is an EX popper. Actually kind of good, what the heck. So overall, event was pretty good. I liked it a lot. It was a very fun event to play, and I think it was pretty good. There's no numbers here, but I really liked it. Oh yeah, it also gave Obi for free. What? I think that's pretty good, and like cool stuff like this. You know, it was a very good event. I liked it. Then we have 100 Tales 2 with Young Big G, and then it brought Lady Smogmella, Lady Vinzaitan, and a second form of Saku-chan with summer swimsuit Saku-chan with Unity and Revive for Eerie. So Eerie become like literally against Zodiac God, they couldn't beat this stage. But then the literal next event, we get an Eerie buff, and it's my Saku-chan. This is like the best event of the year. I love this event. This is one of my favorites, literally just purely because of Saku-chan. I like her that much. So overall, Big G he's kind of mid. He's a Tap Inflator with Fast Fever and Link Big. Not Link Big, Start Fever Fill, and he buffs 100 characters. So he's kind of just like whatever. But if you're like running a free-to-play Heartful, he can be the Fast Fever, I guess, if you don't have Pekko, and you somehow have Doll U. So yeah, now we have Lady Smogma. We'll talk about. I already explained about Saku-chan. She's perfect. Like, her Soultimate isn't the best, but it works with Mimi since it can pop Puni that are like currently inflating. So I like it. Then Lady Smogmella is a 100 combo popper with Drop Big and the attack boost skill. So she's very, very spammable and can buff the team's damage, making her arguably better than Mika, which is hilarious. But overall, I like her. She's good for Mysterious. Lady Bensighton, in a vacuum, she's not that good, but she was pretty good as a bonus for the Gate of Whimsy, because you could just like spam and you could like do fever loops. But then, outside of that, she's not that crazy. Lady Foiletta can guard, and that's kind of all she can do. That's cool. This is the first time Kareen ever got like a bonus, not like a bonus, like an alt. Like literally, since Busters 2 came out, there has not been a Kareen alt until now, which is cool. Other than that, not that crazy. And outside of Saku-chan and giving a free Saku-chan and giving the original one second skill, which was literally useless, not that crazy. But I like it because of Saku-chan. And finally, the current event is the Mushoku Tensei event. A lot of people don't like this event because of what some things the series has done, but I don't really care because Yokai Watch has done some questionable things at best. Like, yeah, Yokai Watch anime, like some people would be like, oh, it's not that bad. It's done some pretty weird things. Mushoku Tensei I think has done worse, but a lot of people kind of over exaggerate things, so I haven't really like paid much attention to it. But it brought with us Master Roxy, UZ Plus Roxy, who is a 100 combo popper with Drop Big and Unity, and her center trait is even more Unity. So she's a huge buff to Slippery, makes them actually like top 5. It's insane. And yeah, pretty cool. Then we have Sylphiette, who is a Soultimate filler with Revive, Link Big. I mean, for free to play, Heartful, she actually can be pretty good because, Link Big, Soultimate fill, she's pretty cool. You don't really need like a chainer for Heartful because you have Zodiac Goddess and Supernova Asu. As long as you do like the trick to get 4 Zodiacs, it's fine. But yeah, she's cool. Then we have Eris, who is the Throne with an EX pop, pre-fill, and either Ohajiki or afterfill. Like, I know Sal right here is like kind of dogging on her, but if you wanted to use Yokaiju to do the like, because since he's a pre-fill inflate 4 and his skill lets you pop Puni to get into fever time, you can bring Kaiju, Future Ren, Rem, Eris, and then Hangetsu. Use Yokaiju to get Rem's Soultimate and himself into fever time. As long as you like popped like linked enough Puni to get Eris' Soultimate, she is like the hardest hitting EX popper for tough. You could argue it's better to bring Zero Beyond for his Unity, but you can still bring her, and if you get her twice, she probably does enough damage to make up for it. I don't know. It's weird, but she's usable. If you don't have Zero Beyond, but you have everyone else, you can use her. She's cool. And the afterfill is pretty nice, especially since Hangetsu is pretty good. Yeah, overall, I like her, and she's a perma bonus, which is pretty cool. So yeah, she's cool. And then finally, Rudius. Rudius is a tap inflator with fast fever and ray drop. So he's cool for like score attack. Was good for like the one Mushoku Tensei event. But other than that, he's kind of just gonna be forgotten. I mean, you could use him as like a fast fever for Shady, but you got Suisei, who's just better. And then in terms of triple Z's, nothing that good. I mean, this guy's an Appearless with Pop Heal, but outside of that, I don't care. Overall, cool event, pretty cool. Roxy's really good, and Eris is nice. So overall, let's look at the events this year. Mid, pretty good. Good, bad, mid, good, mid to bad, mid, good, pretty good, mediocre, very good, pretty good, now good. Overall, this year's events has been kind of mid to good. It's about average, pretty decent. Some highs, some lows, but that's about every year. So overall, yeah, I just kind of wanted to yap for like 43 minutes. Oh my god, and I'm not even going to edit this video because I don't care. But, yeah, cool podcast, I guess. And, yeah, bye.